Hello everyone and welcome to Lowrentrick scale modelling and something a little bit different. Now I don't know if you know or if you caught it, but Airfix did a little April Fool on the 1st where they released or said they were going to release a UFO model. They didn't of course, but they did provide the STL files to download, so that's what I've done. I've had them printed off by a friend and I thought maybe I'd give it a little build and maybe have a little bit of fun with it. It's something a bit different than the military stuff that I usually do. So I thought, yeah, maybe I can have a bit of fun with this one, have a little bit of a play. So here we go. There's a lot of divided opinion over 3D printed stuff, especially for scale modelling and what it's going to do to the industry as it gets better. But I don't think we've got to worry too much now because on average the quality is not great, although there are some fantastic ones out there. This one isn't brilliant. I will always be the kind of guy that goes out and buys a model made by a manufacturer unless it's something fun like this. So there's quite a bit of prep to do, some burrs and some edges to sand off to get it ready. I don't really know how I'm going to approach it. I'm just going to have a bit of fun. I decided a reasonable place to start was go for a white base coat. I've never painted on ABS before, so it does feel a little bit slippy and a little bit shiny. So I'm using some Vallejo Model Air in white just to give it a bit of a key, a bit of an undercoat, something for the paint to stick to. So obviously I've settled on a nice silver finish because what else would you use? Vallejo Model Air silver metallic for the base, and then I'm going to see where I can add a bit of detail and a bit of colour once I've got this down. For the beam underneath, I want to simulate a sort of fiery sort of beam underneath. I have no idea how I'm going to do it. I'm going to put yellow down first, then use a bit of red as the edging and see if I can get a nice effect of sort of a beam of sort of fire or something coming down from underneath the UFO. When it comes to assembly, obviously Tamiya extra thin is not going to stick ABS. I know Tamiya do make an ABS specific glue, but I'm going to have to get rid of that and set up for the good old Power Bond cyanoacrylate super glue. That should do it. And once it's together, a quick touch up with the silver metallic just over any seams and glue lines, just to remove those. For some of the detailing, I'm going to be using the Galeri Metallic Series markers that they sent me over to test. This is part of that test, so I'm about to do a full review video just to see what they're like. But so far, they've been quite marvellous. They're water-based acrylic inks, and they come in 10 colours with some aluminium and some steel and some gold and coppers and gunmetal and things like that. So this is part of that test series that I'm doing to give that a full review. If you'd like to check them out, there's links in the description to the Galeri website, and channel viewers get a discount with them. And also I'll put a link to this product and the Ambition series airbrush in the comments below. Final bit of detail, and I'm going to go around with some orange and some metallic blue and paint in some of the lights and some of the underside to give a bit of contrast, so it doesn't just look like a big silver and gold blob. And then I'll get it mounted on top of the beam, and we'll see what the finished effect is like. So if you've made it this far, please say hello in the comments. I'm just doing a little experiment to see who actually does watch to the end of my videos. About 150 videos in. It's probably a bit late for market research. This was a lot of fun. My flame effect I'm not too sure about. Let me know what you think in the comments. But this was a really fun couple of hours. I think it was just under 5 hours to build this and have a good play around with it. It's nice to do something different every now and again. And a big shout out to Airfix for their little joke, but also allowing the files to be released and making that something we could download and have a little bit of a play with. Thank you so much for joining me for another little fun video here. I'll be back to the planes and the tanks and the ships on the next build. I think the next build's an Enterprise, so maybe going back into space. But as I say, thank you very much for joining me. Please consider subscribing to my channel, and please check out our Facebook group, Scale Modelling for Everyone. It's about 2,000 members now, and we'd love to see your work there. So until the next video, thank you very much, and I'll see you again.